This is 17 News with continuing coronavirus coverage.
Let's start with weather because that is on the minds of a lot of people, along with, yes, the coronavirus and all the latest details on that. But again, self-quarantine here at my home in Southwest Bakersfield. And we've got some clouds and we're waiting for the rain. As we take a look at the satellite and radar right now, fairly quiet. We haven't seen much. And you can see on the satellite and radar that there are pockets of showers now starting to push in from the west, and we may even see an isolated thunderstorm develop today because of the partial clearing that we did see. And then into the mountains, we haven't seen much, but that will all change as we go throughout today as the snow levels are expected to drop. 56 degrees in Bakersfield right now under a calm wind, and as we take a look at the temperatures for today, we will rise right near 60 degrees and then 40s overnight. And then for Tehachapi, you're at 41 right now, a northwest wind at 16, so a little bit of a breeze. And then we take a look at the temperatures for today. We'll be in the mid-40s, but then tonight you can see we're back into the 30s. And yes, snow levels will drop, and in these pockets of showers, it will fall as snow into the Kern County mountains. So just how much? Well, I've got more details on that in just a few minutes. I'll have much more in your forecast. That's coming up in just a little bit. Nicole, over to you.
Thanks, Kevin, for that. Well, back to our top story. This afternoon, there are 16 cases of coronavirus in Kern County. 15 of those are residents. The first person to test positive was a woman from New York who tested positive while visiting Kern County. Public health officials say all of those people are recovering at home in isolation. There have been more than 578 tests for the virus in Kern County. Over 200 are negative, but we're still waiting on over 300 others. The most recent case reported in what the department refers to as Bakersfield West. Bakersfield West has the most local cases with 10. Just one case is reported in the valley.
A little bit of an issue with Nicole's signal. Again, as you can imagine, we're trying something new here, trying to bring you the news as we practice social distancing. So we'll try to check back in with Nicole in just a minute, but we want to take you back to that map and just talk about exactly what we're seeing here in Kern County. Again, this is the latest map showing you where those cases are in Kern County, and they're primarily, again, in the Bakersfield West area. However, we have seen 4 cases in the Bakersfield East area, but still no cases in our mountain communities or desert. Of course, these are cases that have been confirmed by Kern County Public Health. And we, of course, are going to, there's still more than 300 tests that are pending. So, again, as you can imagine, this is a process that's going to take several days for us to learn more results. Meantime, are you out of work because of the coronavirus outbreak? Well, you could take this time to go back to school. Bakersfield College is announcing a back-to-college program aimed at bringing displaced workers back into the workforce with new skills. The classes are entirely online. The 5-week program will help students get skills they need to transition to a new job once the pandemic is over. Financial aid is available. Online sessions to guide students through the enrollment process will take place next Monday. COVID-19 has hit Buckingham Palace. This morning, we've learned Prince Charles tested positive for coronavirus. Palace officials confirmed the news this morning in London. The heir to the British throne is showing mild symptoms, but otherwise in good health. He is currently self-isolating at a royal estate in Scotland. His wife Camilla tested negative for the virus. Meantime, Buckingham Palace says the Queen is in good health. U.S. Senator Mitt Romney of Utah says he has tested negative for the coronavirus. Romney posted on Twitter saying, "Thankfully, I've tested negative for COVID-19. Romney says guidance from his physician is consistent with guidelines from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and requires him to remain in quarantine. He says the test does not rule out the onset of symptoms during the 14-day period. Romney was the 2012 Republican presidential nominee. He was the only Senate Republican to vote against President Trump at Trump's Senate impeachment trial. How does California look overall when it comes to the coronavirus? According to the California Department of Public Health, there are 2,102 cases in the state this afternoon and 40 reported deaths. The Bay Area is the worst hit. That's where there are more than 1,000 cases. California is currently the state with the third most cases. Around the nation, there are at least 54,000 cases of the virus, and more than 737 people have died. There are 12 states that are still reporting no deaths. The state is sending more than $750,000 in emergency grant funding to Bakersfield and Kern County to help the homeless and combat this coronavirus pandemic. The money is part of an overall $100 million going to 13 of the state's largest cities, counties, and continuums of care. The city of Bakersfield is getting more than $530,000. Kern County is getting more than $230,000. That's according to the press release by Governor Gavin Newsom's office. Grant money can also be used for new shelters, emergency shelter equipment, and to acquire locations for people who need to be isolated because of the illness or exposure to COVID-19. We are now learning that Voices of Inspiration has been postponed. The event was set for April 30th. Former President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush would have hosted the event. This event is the largest fundraiser for Hoffman Hospice, which brings thousands to the Mechanics Bank Arena every year. No word on when it will be rescheduled. Several clinics around Kern County are now testing for COVID-19. Accelerated Urgent Care on Coffee Road and Stockdale Highway is just one location. Priority Urgent Care says all of its buildings test for COVID-19. Dignity Health offers a free online checkup for people with milder symptoms. Meantime, Omni Health also tests for the virus. Local hospitals are testing as well. Just a reminder, you will only be tested if you are showing symptoms, and make sure you call your doctor first. And speaking of symptoms, here are the symptoms of coronavirus. They include fever, a dry cough, meaning there won't be mucus, fatigue, and shortness of breath. Those are the most common symptoms. Now, the less common symptoms include aches and pains, a sore throat, a runny or stuffy nose, and diarrhea. Now, the flu has similar symptoms, but muscle and joint pain, a runny nose, and headache will be much more common. And as you know, it's officially spring, and a lot of people are suffering with allergies right now, and those symptoms include sneezing, coughing, itchy eyes, and a runny or stuffy nose. Again, if you think you have symptoms of the coronavirus, call your doctor before going into their office. And whether you're grocery shopping or just trying to get some exercise, keep social distancing in mind. Try to keep at least 6 feet away from other people. And just a reminder, here's a list of businesses and services that can stay open during this statewide recommendation to stay at your home. Grocery stores will remain open. That includes farmers markets, food banks, and convenience stores. Pharmacies, banks, laundromats, and gas stations are also still open. And while you can't dine in at a restaurant, you can still do takeout and delivery. Now, here's a look at what is closed. We just talked about dining in restaurants. You can't go to a restaurant and sit inside and eat. Bars and nightclubs are also closed, as well as entertainment venues, gyms, and fitness studios, as well as public events and gatherings. Now, there's a lot of information here, and we have a lot of information on our restaurants that are still open and offering delivery, takeout, and curbside pickup. You can find it on our website, kget.com. And while you're there, you can also look at a list of grocery stores dedicating special early hours for seniors and people with disabilities. By the way, all the information we've gathered so far on the coronavirus can be found in one spot. Just go to our website, kget.com, for all of our coverage on the coronavirus pandemic here in Kern County. Plasma may now help treat some patients with COVID-19. How survivors of the virus are helping those struggling right now. We'll explain coming up in your Health Watch.
Welcome back in your 17 Health Watch. You may be stuck at home for a while, but it's still very important to get up and move. A new study from the National Cancer Institute finds taking more steps per day is linked to a lower risk of early death. Researchers tracked nearly 5,000 middle-aged adults who wore accelerometers for 1 week. A decade later, people who took 8,000 steps per day were 51% less likely to die from any cause than those who jogged just 4,000. Taking 12,000 steps reduced the risk of early death by 65%. And doctors will now be allowed to treat some coronavirus patients with plasma donated from survivors. The FDA approved the emergency protocols on Tuesday. The procedure is called convalescent plasma, and it essentially harvests the virus-fighting antibodies from the blood of previously infected patients. doctors will be able to request permission to treat critically ill patients on a case-by-case basis. Well, for now, it will only be reserved for those who are in a dire condition and at risk of death. The FDA says it will respond to most requests within 4 to 8 hours.
We are looking great in terms of the weather. We've got some clouds out there, and guess what? We've got some showers that are trying to push through the area, so we'll be watching for that throughout the day. 56 degrees, and we've got some clouds out in Arvin right now, and they've been dry so far. And then we take a look at Wasco, 54 degrees currently right now, and then we take a look up in the mountain areas. Frazier Park, 45 degrees. It is dry right now for them as well. And then out of Golden Hills, we got cloudy skies and 43. And again, even downtown Tehachapi has got the cloud cover. As we take a look at the overall forecast today, I know we've been waiting on the rain. There are some pockets of showers now moving in from the west. So we're going to be watching for that as we progress here throughout the afternoon. Again, from the start, we talked about this was going to be lacking moisture. It didn't have as much moisture as the previous system. So these will be showers that kind of roll through the area for today into early tomorrow. Now, daytime highs will be into the 40s for Sacramento, mid-50s out of Fresno, and 60s down to the south in LA and San Diego. Once this system kind of pushes off the east by tomorrow, some ridging will take place and we'll start to see some clearing in the skies and also a pretty good warm-up. So here's a look at Futurecast, and it does keep the chance of showers in there, and then you can see by Thursday, mid-afternoon, Friday, we start to clear things out, and then sunny skies will prevail. So headlines, let's talk about them. Valley rain showers today with some mountain snow showers by late this afternoon and tonight. There's also a chance of a thunderstorm in the area, and warmer weather will be on the way for next week when we're going to see the upper 70s. And the allergies, yes, we're all suffering from them a little bit. They are in the medium range today. Our level is at an 8.3. Keep the showers in the forecast. Temperatures will be right near 60 in Bakersfield, along with Wasco and Delano, 58 in Taft, and then for the mountains and the Kern River Valley, chances for rain and snow showers here, 47 in Frazier Park, 46 in Tehachapi, and 50s for the Kern River Valley. And then for the desert, look for a chance of showers here this afternoon. Winds gusting around 35 and a high of 55 in Mojave. Here's your extended forecast. We'll keep a chance of shower in there through early tomorrow. And then look at the warm-up. We're going to be right near 80 by next Tuesday, so that's something to look forward to. And then for the mountains, we'll look for snow showers through early tomorrow. You go from the 40s today, tomorrow, and Friday, back near 70 by next Tuesday under sunny conditions. And then for the Kern River Valley, upper 40s tomorrow, so we see that cool down, but then warming things right back up. And by Monday, Tuesday of next week, we will be looking at the 70s. In fact, by Tuesday in the Kern River Valley, they're going to be looking at temperatures right near 76. So if you're going to be out and about today, a lot of people staying home like I am, enjoying the weather from my backyard, and expect some showers throughout the day. Nicole?
Thanks, Kevin, for that. States across the nation are taking extra precautions during the virus pandemic, what some stores in Florida are doing to make sure their employees are protected. And Apple is already looking to reopen some of their storefronts during this time when they think their stores will be operating. Your Business Watch is right after this. Welcome back to your 17 Business Watch. Well, several grocery stores are doing what they can to keep workers safe amid the coronavirus. To practice social distancing, grocers are installing plexiglass shields in the checkout lines. Albertsons, H-E-B, Kroger, and Walmart are among those putting up the so-called sneeze guards. The protective screens are meant to block airborne droplets from spreading. And Apple told staff that some of its retail stores may reopen in April on a staggered basis. The tech giant detailed the possibility in a memo obtained by the senior vice president of people in retail. A spokesman for the company would not comment on the memo. It also outlined a plan to let many employees continue working from home through at least April 5th. All of Apple's 458 retail stores outside of China were shuttered in recent weeks due to the coronavirus. Apple has reopened its 42 stores in China. And sleep deprivation can have all sorts of harmful effects on your body, ranging from depression to heart disease and several other more severe conditions. But as PC Mike Wenlin reports, there are a number of apps that can help you get a better night's sleep.
The Sleep Score app tracks your sleep and shows when you sleep light, deep, and when you wake up. It uses sonar technology, so you only have to have your phone by your bedside for it to work. Free for iOS and Android with premium features available. Sleep Cycle provides analysis to help you get a good night's sleep and better overall health. It has an intelligent alarm clock designed to gently wake you up when you're in your lightest sleep phase in the morning. It also integrates with Apple Health, free for iOS and Android with premium features. NapBot is an automatic sleep tracking and analyzing app for your iOS and Watch OS devices. It presents detailed analysis of the environment around you to understand how it affects your sleep quality, and it works with Apple Health. It's free for iOS with premium features available for purchase. Are you thinking there may be a place on your smartphone for one of those apps, but you'd like to check it out a little bit more? Not a problem. Just go over to my PC Mike Tech blog. Till next time, I'm PC Mike Wendland for NBC News.
Welcome back. Well, in a video update, public health spokeswoman Michelle Corson says it's okay to go outside, but people need to be careful and practice social distancing.
We want to encourage you, get out and enjoy the great outdoors. You can walk, you can bike, but just make sure that you are adhering to that 6-foot social distancing.
Well, now to an update for parents in the Panama Buena Vista Union School District. The district released a list of schools that will stay open to give out meals and hand out materials they need for their courses. The district also says the new serving time will be from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And a reminder that these are grab-and-go lunches and that you can pick up from your car. And of course, we have the list and other places to pick up free meals on our website, KGET.com. And the Boys and Girls Club of Kern County are expanding its food service programs to help families during the pandemic. The meal service will be provided 7 days a week. Plus, to reduce the time families have to leave their home, it will be once-a-day service. It will now provide grab-and-go dinner along with a breakfast for the next day.
It is very helpful when you're going through these situations and trials. Hard to get to the store, and the schools is closer, and the Boys and Girls is in the community. So we appreciate it.
And we have a full list of places where the Boys and Girls Clubs will be offering the meal services on our website. And a Sacramento cycling studio is giving away its indoor bikes for members to use at home. All City Riders uses a video wall to make riders feel like they're biking outdoors. Well, now that the governor has ordered the temporary closure of all California gyms, All City Riders is changing its business model and bringing its technology to customers' homes.
If you want to maintain your business, you got to figure out a way to continue to go. I gave myself 20 minutes where I yelled at the top of my lungs and screamed as loud as I could. Then after that, it was over. Let's go to work. So we're going to work.
Washington has already given away more than a dozen of the indoor bicycles. He's hoping to do about a month of beta testing before finding ways to expand the business. Well, in your Crime Watch, Bakersfield police are investigating after officers found a man who was shot. Around 8:45 last night, officers were called out to Hoskins Avenue. It's not clear if that's where the shooting happened, but police say that's where they found a man suffering from a minor gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. There are no suspects in the shooting right now. Anyone with information is asked to contact BPD at 327-7111. And police made an arrest 9 months after a deadly shooting in Delano, and it's thanks to DNA. Police say the man, Carlos Carrillo, is one of the two suspects who killed Arturo Galvin last year. Delano police say 2 men shot Galvin from their car, but crashed into his vehicle. Delano police say Carrillo hurt himself and bled on a sidewalk trying to get the vehicles loose. Testing that blood led to DNA match, and this morning officers arrested Carrillo after searching his home. He faces several charges, including murder. And Kern County Superior Court laid out strict new rules for upcoming court cases during this pandemic. The court is limiting which cases will be heard until April 10th. Felony sentencing, criminal arraignments are still happening, so are civil harassment cases, and people can file for family domestic violence restraining orders, but jury trial was not on the list of cases. For felonies, the hearings that lead up to the trial are still going to be heard. According to the court, judges can decide which cases can be heard if they are shown good cause to hear them.
This is 17 News with continuing coronavirus coverage.